broken cleats from the machines that gloom the snow at Vermont's Stratton Mountain Ski Resort. A myriad of cans, pipes, and signs reclaimed from a dumpster, then reborn. For percussionist Donald Knack, this is also the sound of joy, a joy which anyone, from novice to virtuoso, can experience.
I go out and I collect all of these different things and these different sounds and everything, and then I have this whole new palette of sounds that are available to make a new piece of music. And then the next time I go to a different place and collect, I have a whole other new palette that I can work with. And so it's never the same twice. And that, to me, is where part of the excitement in all of this comes from.
For 20 years, Knack has combed junkyards all over the world to create music. He's dubbed himself the Junk Man.
When I come to a junkyard, I see junk. What do you see?
I see sound opportunity.
Ooh!
I can pick up an object that has been deemed dead and not usable and not functionable, and I can pick it up and I can make it function again. And to me, that's the non-musical part of this whole thing that I find very exciting.
Drummers are used to playing on, anything you can get your hands on. And I think that's the way we all started, playing on the kitchen table, playing on your mother's pots and pans.
Percussionist Arnie Lang spent his career with the New York Philharmonic. He was also Knack's teacher. After a few years as a classical percussionist, though, the Junkman found orchestral music limiting.
Violinists might play, 10,000 notes in a concert, and sometimes a percussionist plays 2. And that, to me, just had a certain boring quality to it. After a while, it was, I just felt that there were some other things I wanted to do.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's great to be here in Decatur. This is Junk Music.
Knack's concert schedule has taken him from Decatur, Illinois to Dubrovnik. In Croatia last year, he found music amid the ruins of war.
We went to this church in Vocin, which had been destroyed, totally destroyed. And the ironic thing about that was when you struck the metal, it sounded exactly like a church bell.
But for most of this year, Knack has been working on a project closer to home. Here at the Stratton Mountain Ski Resort, he's created 6 sound sculptures.
First time I saw the idea, I thought it was a little bit crazy.
Quickly, though, Knack won over Bob Freeze, president of the Stratton Resort.
Most ski areas have a boneyard, they call it, where they throw all the junk that they've had. And he proposed to take some of the junk and make it into musical instruments. And I was a little skeptical, but it's come out really great.
To build the sculptures, Knack had to be not just a musician, but a craftsman as well.
As a musician, in order to make the junk work, to make it ring or to make a sound ring or whatever, you have to figure out how you're going to mount it and how you're going to set it up so that you can play it. And to get involved with that meant that I had to start learning about physics, and I had to start learning about carpentry and metalworking.
As he banged and thumped, the range of potential instruments was endless.
There's wood and plastic and glass and even paper and cardboard, has certain characteristics. Books make great drums.
The first sculpture, the rasping rack, was inaugurated in March. By early June, the snow cataphone was ready. By Labor Day weekend, chandeliers were upended and turned into children's drums. And half a dozen of Knack's colleagues had come to Stratton Mountain for the first ever full-blown Junkjam. It was a major change for the New York Philharmonic's Arnie Lang.
I'm probably the squarest one that needs the music in front of him, you know, to play, and the rest are much more used to improvising.
Zakir Hussain has performed with George Harrison and Ravi Shankar, but for him, as for the others, junk was new.
I closed my eyes and I thought that if I didn't know that this was just junk, I would think that there are instruments, regular, authentic instruments being played. So I think Donald has done an incredible job of putting all this together.
Knack is proud of his innovation, finding music in a graveyard. Music, he says, for the new millennium.
It's the kind of thing that the minute you hear something, you know, you just know that it's something that can't be duplicated. It's something you can't do on a synthesizer. It's something you can't construct in an electronic music studio. It's just this piece of junk that has this enormous, beautiful, different sound.